And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Grand Platypus Open number 100. Sorry, 100? Oh my god. Number 89. 89 editions of this tournament. We are here. We are back after a 2-week hiatus, and we have quite a matchup for you today. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you want to tune in, or if you want to have a look at the bracket yourself. We have a relatively short bracket today, but a high quality bracket indeed. I believe there is a show match going on right now, so because of that, a lot of the Australian players are not currently available to compete in this tournament, but that is where Southeast Asia and the rest of the regions will thrive instead. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Neohumanity, we have the Indian Zerg player, the best player in all of India, representing Alpha X. It is Demi. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Neohumanity, we have his opponent, going for a pool first opener, as his opponent goes for a gas first. We have the best player in all of Vietnam, the last king of the sea. It is MeomaikA. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. MeomaikA versus Demi. Such a classic Southeast Asian matchup we have for you tonight. That's why I love this tournament so much. Why do I love our region? Because we get to cast some Zerg players, Poppy. We've been casting a lot of Korean events, and in the Korean events, it's like, okay, well, we got Dark, and sometimes we have Solar, and that's it. Whereas here, we have a little bit more than that, of course. If you look at the bracket yourself, we've got Demi, we've got MeomaikA, we've got Go Joey, we've got Erebus Black, we've got some of the other players as well. We have the reigning champion Honmono, and we also have the up-and-coming Chinese Terran player in Oriana as well. So quite a high-quality bracket and tournament indeed. And these are two players that I haven't casted play against each other in a long time. MeomaikA and Demi, they are old-time rivals in the Southeast Asian region. They have played each other many, many times in GPO in the 89 iterations of this tournament. I'm sure they played each other at least 50. Both Demi and MeomaikA are regulars here in our region, and they are consistently hitting the top of those rankings as well. And now we get to see them duke it out once again many years later. We have Demi going for a gas pool hatch opener. With this, we have a Baneling Nest on the way as well. This is the quote-unquote light build. As we like to call it. Meanwhile, MeomaikA on the other side of things did go for a pool first opening, and with that pool first, he goes not just into Queens, but a Roach Warren as well. So we have a Roach Rush going up against a Ling Bane all-in. Aggression all around here between our two players on Neohumanity, but who is going to strike first? Because typically, Demi, as the gas first player, would be banking up Blings right now. We would be banking up Blings in the main base to flood across that, but no, Demi is droning. He is macroing out of this aggressive opener. It looks like he just wants map control. Meanwhile, he goes for a scout. He gets denied entry into the main base. He doesn't know that a Roach Warren is coming up behind this. Sure, Demi has access to faster Lings and faster Banelings, but MeomaikA, he's making Roaches right now, and the two are being made at a time. Interesting though, because MeomaikA is droning at the same time, so we're getting some mixed signals here. We have a couple of Lings flooding across the map. No Ling speed, bear that in mind. There we go. It finally does kick in, or he does bypass the Baneling. He gets on through. He's going to try and target whatever he can. Oh my god, one drone almost goes down, but the Baneling does connect in the end. Demi will hold. But MeomaikA is making Roaches behind this. He's banking them up back at home, bearing in mind that the Roaches have not been revealed. The Roach Warren was not scattered. Demi is going for a counterattack, but he doesn't know what he's about to run into. 8 more Roaches are on the horizon, and here we go. The Roaches do finally reveal themselves. Demi has to make a choice instantly. He does throw down his own Roach Warren. But is this too little too late? This is Neohumanity. The jig is up. MeomaikA has been scattered. He's got to go now. Boy, and here we go. The Roaches are making their way across the map. The Queens are moving out as well. I do appreciate this. Demi is threatening a counterattack. He's threatening a run by. Oh god, but there's just so much on the field here for MeomaikA. Demi's having a hard time getting past. Oh, he tries to run past the Queens, but no, he takes a lot of hits here to the face. He's buying time though. He's keeping these Roaches busy. Meanwhile, Demi is waiting for his own Roach Warren to finish. He has 2 Spine Crawlers on the way. He's doing a good job at distracting the army of MeomaikA. Oh, meanwhile, the Overlord goes down. Demi does manage to get across the map here, but we have Ling reinforcements The lane counterattack from Demi won't be doing too much, and MeomaikA is committed to his attack. He is all in. Demi, alas, this third base is going to be going down. It's going to be giving Demi some time here, but this is 300 minerals down the drain. Meanwhile, Demi trying to muster up a defense here. He's got 2 spines, he's got some banelings on the way, roaches as well. Demi is working off of only a single gas economy, similar to his opponent, but Demi did waste or spend gas on those banelings. MeomaikA gets a kill on that third base, and now he's looking to try to bust into the natural, but oh, he sees the spine crawlers. He doesn't like what he sees. He backs off. Ooh. As these 2 queens pick off a second overlord, supply blocking Demi quite heavily. Meanwhile, Demi has been trying to mine out these gold minerals. He's going to be taking a bit of a different base, and Demi's okay. Like, Demi, he has a better economy. He's had a higher drone count for longer. Also, he may have lost the third base, but MeomaikA's third, it's still not even halfway done. You know, the third base timings here for both of our players are pretty comparable. So, MeomaikA, sure, he does some damage, but this could have been worse. Demi could be dead. Demi would be dead if he didn't, or if he wasn't harassing so well with his lings, and if he wasn't buying those precious seconds that he did need, as well as making those spine crawlers and react as quickly as he did with that roach warren. Meanwhile, now Demi has been able to survive, and things are about to settle down. We see both players backing off, joining up their 2 bases. We have +1 range on the way from MeomaikA, so Mio will have a stronger upgrade timing. We also have a lair on the way from both players as well at around similar times. So Demi, because he lacks Evo chambers, this kind of looks like he may want to, never mind, we do have 1 Evo chamber behind this. If he didn't have them, I would assume he wanted to go into a Spire or tech up in a different direction. But he's got +1 range on the way. He is still committed to the roach play. Meanwhile, MeomaikA rotates around. He gets eyes on the third base, which Demi will be able to hold on to. Oh! MeomaikA is forced back. Again, behind this, Mio will be able to hit a bit of a 1-1 timing. +1 carapace isn't the biggest and most influential upgrade in Roach versus Roach, so this won't be the strongest thing. What will be stronger is 2-2 if we do get there. Again, both players are just saturating their third bases. MeomaikA is taking his 4th gas geyser, so is Demi back at home. And after an intense opener, we have some pretty smooth sailings here. We're calming down, Poppy. We're calming down. Oh, aye. And from here, we're just going to be droning on up. Demi is going to be going for a scout into the main base, trying to confirm what is going on. He will see the lair, we'll see the lack of gas in the main, so he knows, okay, there's no, like, mutaplay coming out from MeomaikA. It is an unlikely thing to be seeing, as typically we would be taking all of our gases if that was the case. MeomaikA, his roach army is getting pretty intense. Likewise, so is Demi, but MeomaikA does have a bit of a supply lead. Quite a supply lead. And how is that possible? Well, a lot of that is because MeomaikA, he had more roaches for longer, right? He made an abundance of roaches earlier on. He kept them alive. They survived the early game, and now they have, or they're going to be snowballing here in the mid game. Here we go, MeomaikA is looking to break down this front door. We have 1 spine crawler in position. We have banelings rolling on forward as well. But it's just a numbers game. We have so many roaches for MeomaikA, and Demi is struggling to hold on. He has the concave, he has the defender's advantage, but Demi does not have the numbers. GG gets called, and MeomaikA will take game number 1. Ooh. GG. Let's go, Poppy. Let's go. Catching in the chat. You're playing this, Demi? Yeah. We will get those brackets updated. The Nightbot updated. Do not fret. Not fret. Oh. But yeah, MeomaikA does take the first game. Oh, I should also fix this. My apologies. 1 moment ahead there. Oh, he's not random. There we go. I will just fix that on the screen. But MeomaikA takes the first game, but again, that was a really intense game number 1 because it was on Neo Humanity. Neo Humanity, it does lead towards these more aggressive styles here, especially in ZvZ. So it did make plenty of sense, and as the maps get larger, we should be calming down a little bit more, but we shall see, we shall see. Again, unfortunately, Demi kind of rolled the dice with his opener, and despite rushing into that gas, despite getting faster banelings, we saw that they didn't come into play. you know, faster link speed and faster banelings. Demi was droning behind it. He wasn't going for a ling all in. So because of that, his opener set him behind more than anything. And MeomaikA just rushing into roaches was a very unexpected thing to occur there for Demi. But here we have him spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Royal Blood. We have the best player in all of India, one of the best Zerg players in Southeast Asia, representing Alpha X. It is Demi. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent. We have the Vietnamese Zerg, the last king of the sea, representing Team Gosu. It is MeomaikA. MeomaikA, for the longest time, was the best player in all of Southeast Asia and Oceania. He was the DreamHack representative last year, but this year, in a new format of ESL, as we do have another pool first, in the new format of ESL Masters, they have merged the regions. Southeast Asia and Oceania are now joined by Taiwan, Hong Kong. They're also joined by China as well. And as a result, MeomaikA has been having a bit of a harder time in ESL Masters. I believe the Asia region for MeomaikA has ended. I won't really say too many spoilers, but of course, I think the playoffs themselves are upon us. The Swiss group stage has concluded, and unfortunately, MeomaikA didn't make it out of the group stage. He hasn't had as much success this year. He was the king of the sea last year, but here in 2023, he is struggling a little bit more, and that was to be expected here, especially because, you know, Oceania and Southeast Asia are a bit of a smaller region. Now that the China region has been included, the competition is a lot harder. It is a lot harder, but I do wish them both the best. And likewise, this weekly tournament, we also opened up to the other regions. This tournament is open to Taiwan, it's open to China as well. We want to try and make the melding of these regions a little bit smoother by having a consistent tournament that has all these players kind of compete amongst themselves on a more regular basis. That is at least our goal here, our goal. Otherwise, the regions don't really interact too often, outside of the ESL Masters qualifiers and main events. So yeah, we're just trying to give them an avenue to compete amongst themselves and to enjoy that StarCraft as well. Like, I love Southeast Asian and Southeast Asian StarCraft and all these other smaller regions as well. They have such high quality players, and sometimes it's hard to really showcase them in the bigger events like ESL Asia and KSL, for example. It can be difficult to just show off how good they are. That's where the Grand Platypus Open comes in. Whack. As MeomaikA did go for a pull first, but it was a safety pull first more than anything. We have link speed on the way this time. No Roach Warren from Meo. He's going for a Bailey Nest at around a respectable time, just like his opponent. But the Bailey Nest is in the main base, so he is attempting to hide it for as long as he can. Meanwhile, both players are taking their third bases at a pretty reasonable time, but MeomaikA is making a swell of lings, so it looks like Meo wants to be the aggressor. Demi is to be the defender. Here we go. Lings are going to be rushing across the map for MeomaikA. His goal here is to deny the third base of Demi. Meanwhile, Demi, as soon as this Baneling Nest finishes, he needs to morph in some Banelings. There we go. 2 Banelings are on the way. They're going to be needed desperately here in the defense. Not just the Banelings, but also the control, the micro. Demi has to make sure he doesn't waste those Banelings because he only has 2 of them. Here we go. The defense has a big gun. The Banelings do finish morphing on in. We don't have too many queens to spare. Only 2 queens between the 3 bases, so Demi won't have a queen here to help hold this third base. There we go. 3rd queen is on the way. Banelings are being brought forward, but that's a lot of Banelings from MeomaikA. Oh, they're being morphed on the platypus. Banelings will finish up. Oh, they will detonate as well. Not the best connections, but decent nonetheless. And here we go. MeomaikA's rushing on forward. We have defensive Banelings here from Demi. We trade 2 for 3. And MeomaikA is running out of Banes. The Lings do flood into the natural base, and the target firing is insane. 5 drones are going to be going down, and more Lings are flooding in towards that third base. We have plenty of Banelings, but they weren't quite in position. And meanwhile, MeomaikA morphing in even more on the right-hand side. Demi, he's pushing the army back on the left. He is forcing MeomaikA back towards his side of the map. But Banelings are waddling on in undetected. And Demi, does he have eyes on this? Oh, the queen won't be able to target fire. There is no reaction. The Banelings are going into the main. We do have some last second splits here. Demi will be, oh no! Oh, we'll preserve some of his workers, but 10 drones go down, and now Demi has to counterattack. Now he is all in. His worker count is in the gutter right now. And his lings are overwhelming MeomaikA, but Meo has 2 banelings on the way. Oh god, and his lings are just too damn good. There's too many reinforcements. Demi doesn't have enough to snowball at the same time. Oh, a bit of a misrally with these overlords. A little bit of a misrally. MeomaikA doesn't have any banelings remaining, which is a little bit scary here. Demi does have 2 more on the way. Without banelings, I don't think MeomaikA can hold. Uh-oh. It's going to be close. The queen does go down. Now we finally have 1 baneling morphing on in, but it's too late. It is far too late. The banelings do detonate here. Demi is trying to break on through. But once again, Demi, he's just running out of lings just barely. Ooh, Demi just wasn't able to break on through. He's trying desperately, but again, he is down to only 16 workers, basically 1 mineral line worth of drones. And MeomaikA barely holds on. Forces Demi back to his 3rd base. And now, the pendulum swings. Now it's MeomaikA, who's no longer the defender, who's looking to be the aggressor instead. Lings are being brought forward. Demi is trying to squeeze out as many drones as he can. Oh god, this will still come down to the Ling Bane. Up! 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 It does still come. Oh god! Oh, split, puppy, split. We have 4 banelings here from MeomaikA, but it looks like most of them do go down. We have a couple more banelings rolling on forward here. MeomaikA, he does get into the mineral line. GG gets called, and Demi does fall here in the first round as MeomaikA takes the series 2-0. GG, well played. It came down to the Ling Bane micro, the Ling Bane control. Not just that, but also the positioning as well. Initially, Demi was holding quite well. Initially, he held onto his 3rd base, but there were those banelings morphing in on the right-hand side that waddled their way, not just into the natural, but into the main base. They went completely undetected until that last moment, and their baneling detonations were good enough to force Demi all in, and now MeomaikA, his win condition was to survive. He did more than that. GG, well played. Ooh, with that, MeomaikA takes down Demi 2-0 and moves on to the next round. Meanwhile, my condolences to Demi, but if you're a fan of Demi, he is not done yet. He is still in this tournament. This tournament, because of the low amount of participation, we only had 6 players participate this week, which is fine. It's fine. It's all good. I know there's other things going on at the moment, like show matches, so not everyone was available. But Demi does get knocked down to the lower bracket, where he will have another chance to redeem himself to fight back.